Welcome everybody to another episode of Mindset You. Jason Moreno here. I got Rances to the right of me and Moses to the bottom of me. Today's episode is all about basically we're just fucking updating us about what's going on in our lives and if me and Mo are actually working out. This one over here is all broken and shit. He's figuring his things out. You're gonna learn all about that. Don't forget to get your sleep. We'll talk about that later. Don't worry about that. Anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe, find us anywhere you can find a podcast, whether it's Spotify, YouTube, not Google Podcasts anymore. It is YouTube Music and then Apple Podcasts. I think I said that twice already. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Life's short. Live it anyway. Yeah, here's the episode.
So, Mo, let's start off with yours because you set up these lofty goals and then bought a house and decided to do work all by yourself. So, how you doing with that and sleep and hitting your triathlon goals?
In terms of triathlon, like I don't think I'm anywhere close, but been like 2 weeks working out consistently now.
Yeah.
My back, it's fucking dog, man. My back feels better. Nico, come here. He's gonna bark now. Yeah, my back feels better, shoulders better. I've been just going to the gym, running a couple miles every day. So, and still got to do the swim stuff and the bike stuff. Plan to buy a bike next week and just ride to work in the mornings.
How far is the commute from home to work?
It's like 6 miles.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You're that close?
Yeah, I'm really close, yeah.
Well, that's not bad.
I'm like a 10-minute drive.
Whoa.
In the center.
I didn't realize it was that close. I knew you were closer, but
don't say the center name. Don't do any of that shit. Don't make this difficult for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really close. Yeah, I can ride my bike there in the mornings. So I was gonna get 2 bikes. I was gonna get an e-bike and then just like a road bike. So the road bike to do longer distances, but the e-bike to just like commute.
The commute. Yeah, because that was gonna be my next question. I was like, 6 miles isn't crazy, but it's also like gonna be the summertime.
Yeah, you're getting like
dumb fucking sweaty. Yeah.
Yeah.
The smelly guy at the office.
There's all hills on the way there because we're at like the bottom of a mountain essentially, and the center is like in the middle of the mountain.
Got it.
That's where it is.
Yeah,
so you got to go up, and then there's like a plateau, and then it goes back down. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. They call it South Mountain. Yeah.
Going home would be fun.
Oh yeah, it's all downhill going home. Yeah, but I mean, I just joined I decided to be bougie and join Lifetime, and it's the best fucking gym I've ever experienced.
Why
they don't sponsor me right now, but it's fucking amazing, man.
Yeah.
They have everything, bro. And they're open at like 4 a.m., which is not many gyms do that anymore.
Yeah.
They have rock climbing, they have paddleball, basketball court, swimming pool, like Olympic size. They got an outdoor like beach thing. Yeah, it's pretty dope, man. I don't know where that came from. So yeah, I've just been like there at least 5-6 times a week now.
Nice. So you've been basically what you're saying is you've been moving along in terms of training as fast as you wanted to, or have?
No, I'm a little bit behind, but I think I can make it up over the summer. Like,
so
I'm already going like 3 miles. So now I just have to learn how to swim and bike. I could do that. My bad.
I like that it's like not get good at. It's no, I gotta learn.
Nah, I think once you learn, you can do it. It's not gonna be easy. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy.
The funny thing about that is that you made it sound like you got to learn how to ride a bike and learn how to swim.
Yeah, that's why. That's why.
No,
I
know
so
how
funny.
to ride a bike.
Yeah, that's why it made it sound funny. Because you're like, no, all I gotta do is just learn how to ride a bike and swim for a triathlon.
No, I know how to ride a bike. I think it's just ride a bike for 50 miles. That's a
Yeah.
different story.
But I mean,
And then even swimming. What the fuck is with this hand thing?
I don't know, but we're
Because
keeping it.
you got your arm here and you keep going like this. Do it sideways
Uh,
like this. Like this. Like put your yeah. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Anyways, you were saying?
So, all right. So, one of the first obstacles that you were trying to overcome was being injured. You were talking about your back is feeling better. Your back is feeling better. Uh, keep your hand down. So you've been going. Your therapy has been working out.
Yeah, it's working. Yeah, I feel more confident. I feel stronger. Yeah, I started playing basketball again just to get moving. Yeah, so I feel better
Nice.
for sure.
You mentioned that he did something with your ankle or your foot.
Yeah,
Did
you
that?
fucking like, yeah, that helped. I have like no bounce at all. Like, did a layup for the first time, maybe in like 2 years, and I felt like a 70-year-old man like trying to lay up a basketball. I was like, what the fuck?
It's funny.
After a while, I got the rhythm back, but it was just like, damn, man, I lost so much bounce. It's just like feels stiff. It's crazy. And what like 1 year just sitting in a chair does to you.
Inactivity.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Yeah. Damn, Mo
Yeah,
lost his bounce. That's wild. Can
I
you
didn't
still?
really have much.
How's your
I
shot?
didn't have much bounce. My jump shot's still good.
Okay.
Yeah, my jump shot is whether like I can last in a game. That's the thing. So like shooting while you're fresh and you can
Yeah.
there's no back and forth running
No,
full
dude,
court. That's
just
one thing.
old man
Once
corner.
you run like
Yeah.
3 times up and down the court and you're playing defense, that's another thing. Your legs are gone and forget about it. Your
No,
jump
just
shots all
do that
all over the place.
Carmelo Anthony D. Just just wait by the baseline, shoot the corner three, and then just let people run by you and be like, nah, you got that, young buck. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
Mm,
No, my goal is like to be able to play in the summer league. Starts in July.
nice.
So strength training to just get my ankles and knees stronger, so like I don't get hurt. It's the main thing.
That's exciting.
Nice.
That's exciting. Good. I was
So
worried that you weren't that the house was going to take over. Not worried, but I didn't think that you were gonna have to push off.
yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be the update. So that makes me happy to
Nah,
know that
man.
you're still pushing for it. That's exciting.
Yeah, I wake up at like 3:50,
Yeah.
and then I go to the gym.
What
I
time do you go
go
to
from
sleep?
like 9.
9?
Yeah, like 9ish.
Yeah.
I'm in
And
bed
when you
by
do
like
that,
9.
you go to bed by 9:30. You said, and then you'd fall asleep right away.
Most of the times, yeah.
You don't got
So
to do
it's
a
actually pretty
meditation or
good
nothing. You just fall asleep.
when I don't fall asleep. It's better because I just like I wait till like 3:40 and then I'm like get out, and I leave. Yeah,
Oh, you mean like you wait till your alarm is about to ring in the morning?
and then I just get up and go, and then that same night I'm so tired I just fall asleep very quickly. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just knock out.
No, I definitely get that.
That used to be me. I used to always like wake up no matter what in the morning, and then the following night I'll be so exhausted I fall asleep, and then the following night after that I won't be able to sleep. Yeah, but that has
Yeah.
shifted a lot. What were
Sundays
you
I
gonna say,
usually
Jay?
crash hard. Like today Sundays is usually down. Like I'm exhausted. 9:30 I'll probably be asleep tonight.
What is it about Sundays?
I think it's just like on the weekends I'm at the gym. I'm up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, despite whatever time I fell asleep the night before. And usually like Friday night, Saturday night, there's either you know something sport related, whether it's MMA, boxing. So since we're East Coast, fights don't end until like 12:30, 1 o'clock. By the time I get to bed, it's like 1:32, and then I'm like, okay, up at 5:50, out the door by 6:30. at the gym at 7, stay there till 12, come back. Saturdays, I might take a nap, maybe, but half the
Mhm.
time, adrenaline kicks in. I'm like, "Oh, this is my alone time. I'm gonna go play video games for 6 hours." And then more, USC or boxing up till, 12, 12:30, 1 o'clock, up again, and then by this time now, I'm like, "Oh, I'm so fucking tired." Half the time, like, if I don't have anything to do on a Sunday, I might pass out early, but then I'll sleep like that. It's like a 4 or 5 hour nap, so it's really I just got sleep, and then I won't fall asleep till, like, 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes because of that, so it's, like, trying to avoid
Mm.
that, but it's been
And
good,
how are
though.
you tracking with your goals to
Everything's been
be
good.
beach ready?
Everything's been good. I mean, really what it came down to was just, like, kinda, pinpoint the diet and get things under control, and, so far so good. I use, this app, First Form, that I use with one of the trainers that I train with for strength and conditioning at the gym. So I pretty much just track everything, and I have, like, okay, I need to hit this amount of calories, this amount of, protein, this amount of carbs, this amount of, fats, and then, it's easy to do it that way. We started doing factor meals for our lunches.
Oh, how do
Those
you like that?
It's actually pretty surprisingly, it's one of the better ones I've had so far, where, like, the food is pretty consistently good. The only issue that we've run into is that they gave us some bullshit order, like, they didn't give us what we ordered last week, so we got, like, a bunch of, like, vegetarian meals and stuff, and not that I'm against
Mhm,
vegetarian meals, but it wasn't helping me meet my protein goals. Poorly, and I can't believe this
mhm,
is me talking now. Like, I wasn't hitting my it wasn't helping me. I had to eat more because it was only, like, instead of it being, like, 32 grams of protein in a meal, it was, like, 14. So I was like, "Fuck, alright, I gotta eat something else now," and it's hard
Mhm.
during the work week where it's like there's every time, like, you go, it's like, eat something, you get a phone call or, like, you gotta go handle something, and then just, like, by the time you finally get to eating, I'm like, "Oh, now I'm eating 10 ounces of ground turkey at night, with, 2 cups of rice and, like, a cup of broccoli, and fucking stuffing myself just to make the fucking quota." Um, so it's a matter of just figuring that out, but it's been good. It's been good, but the factor thing was a little bit of an annoying setback, but,
Mm.
mm.
this week we got all our shit, so it's good. That's been good. Training's been good. Lifting's been good. Um, I don't have this, like, crazy urge for McDonald's and shit anymore. It's nice, I can, on a weekend or something like that, or anytime, if I'm coming home from somewhere and Nash like, "Do you mind picking me up nuggets?" It's not one of those things like it's like, "Oh, I'll get nuggets and can I have a quarter pounder?" or anything like that. So that's been good. And it's nice because when you're able to, like, track your meals, it's like, okay, now I could plan for, like, last night we had pizza. So it's like, "Oh, okay, have my protein in the morning, more protein and more, like, veggies," and I had, like, a kale salad with some shit in it. So it's like load up on that stuff so that I can enjoy, like, the fats and whatever carbs come from eating pizza, and I still can't believe that this is me talking. Um, so it's just really like, "Oh, now I got a plan." So it's not bad, like, I weigh my food out every time I eat now if I'm home, you know?
Hey guys, if you're enjoying this podcast, please subscribe, like below, comment, let us know your thoughts, and continue to enjoy. So, quick question, Jay. When you're
Yeah,
talking about, you can't believe this is you talking, which is a great point because that was the hardest thing that you weren't worried about being able to work out and all that stuff.
yeah,
It was the nutrition, right?
yeah.
So, with that being said, what do you think allowed you to be able to make this shift in terms of being so
Oh, proving Mo wrong.
okay?
110%. It was Mo said I couldn't do it, and I was like, "Oh, yeah? Alright, fuck you, we're doing this."
So,
So I
what do you
just
got
hear
a
Mo,
picture
like,
of Mo?
if I'm ever like, "Damn, I'm getting like, I'm passing by McDonald's, I'm getting actually something like, you know what? 20 piece won't hurt. I was in the gym for like 5 hours today, I deserve this." And then I just hear Mo going, "You're gonna make an excuse to not get whatever you said you're gonna do." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck you, Moses, I'm not doing it. I'm going home and making myself a little a sandwich. Fuck you." which is pretty much what I did today. So, Mo, you've been very helpful in my spite. You
I'm a
become the
coach at
little shit
heart.
talking devil on my shoulder that's very helpful. Me going, shut up, I got this. So yeah,
Well, I think that's what coaches do. That's what
no,
great coaches do. They're
it's
just a voice in your head.
I truly couldn't thank you enough. Like I honestly and truly like it's been a good driving force. So I do appreciate that.
Mm.
I've learned that being shamed a little bit is really what gets me going. Like if Mo, like when Mo calls me out, because Mo's known me for probably the longest I think a human knows me that's outside of my family. Um, and then like a f- I would say like maybe like a year ago, I started picking up like secretly like having like a cigarette or two every now and then. And, one time I was stopping by my mom's house, and she was like, "You smell like cigarettes." She's like, "You smoking?" And I was like, "No." She's like, you're a 35-year-old man. You're fucking lying like you're a child right now." And it stuck with me so hard, and I denied it the entire time. I was like, "No, no, you're fucking crazy. Shut up." You know, I denied so hard, and I got in the car, and I looked at that pack, and I threw that shit out the window, and I haven't touched a cigarette since. So
That's awesome.
yeah, yeah. So sometimes I need a little like, no, you're better than this, and you little shit. Is it- to get me going, but it's been good. It's fun. I just I like I've said this before. I really enjoy training. I think training is like my favorite thing. I love sparring. I love all that stuff, but just training in general, learning new stuff, um, and then being in tune with my body is it's been fun, so it's never been like a, "Oh, I have to go do this," and when I don't wanna do it. It's like, no, it's my escape. It's my, if I'm not working, if I'm not hanging out with Ash, what else am I gonna fucking do? What, go back to, drinking at the bar all the time and shit like that? Like, no.
Mhm.
Um, so go be
That's awesome.
productive. Yeah.
Man,
So
I do think. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead, Mo.
No, I was gonna say like I was thinking about this today, and I was like, damn, man. Like after the workout, it does feel good, but like getting yourself to go there after you haven't done it for a long
It's hard.
time is really hard. Like just building the habit back up.
Yeah.
Like the first like few days, I'm like, fuck. And that's why I went to Lifetime because that gym membership is fucking expensive. And I was just like, I know I'm gonna hate myself if I'm paying X amount of dollars for going to the gym and not using it. And it has worked
Good.
because I was just like, I have to hit an X amount of days to get the price or the value that I want, which is like $18 per day.
Yeah.
Right. So that's like the value that I was like in my head. That was just like, that would make sense. That's what, how much I would want to
Did you
pay
create
to get.
a spreadsheet
No,
to
I
track
just
it?
did the math and did the math in my head. And I was just like, I need to hit at least 4 or 5 times a week. And I was like, it'd be worth it. And I was just like, okay, that's like $18 a day. I was just like, all right, that makes sense. So then I just started doing that. And that's kind of like what triggers me in the head of like, oh, you don't want to go today? Yeah, you just wasted $18 and your price just went up
Yeah.
for every
Oh,
single time you go
So
to the gym.
so what we learned here is that shaming Jay is how you get him to do things, and Moses being cheap is how he makes himself do things.
I think it ties
It's not,
back into shame of feeling the shame about, I can't believe I've just wasted all this money.
yeah.
Yeah.
I also do that with food. I'm like, when I eat like something that's like really bad, and I'm like, why the fuck did I just waste my money on this shit?
Right.
And like my health, I just wasted good blood cells and mitochondria. They all died because I ate this piece of shit food. I was like, damn it, man.
Oh, that's fair. I think that's fair. What about you,
um,
Rancis? What have you been up to? Have you been working out?
Me, no,
No?
no.
Do you
So
miss it?
here's very much so. So here's what I learned is because I've been going to the same physical therapist that Moses has, and initially I started feeling way better. Like my pain in the shoulders initially improved drastically, and as soon as that improved, like I started working out again. Like I wasn't even like I didn't make a plan or nothing. I just started working out. And then I hurt my shoulder again. Just talking about basketball before, I just shot a basketball and my shoulder was screwed up. So
Dude, you're old.
yeah,
You're fucking old.
but that's what I've been going to therapy for, to fix the shoulders.
Holy
Once
shit,
once I'm in
man.
pain, like
This motherfucker
lifting
said
my
I
arm,
yawned. I yawned the wrong way and hurt my shoulder.
basically, man. So
Was
as soon
anybody
as
guarding you?
no, this was like we were just on a basketball court. I was like, ooh, let me get a shot. I haven't shot since my shoulder's been feeling better, and that took
I
me
think
out.
we
And
gotta change your form. We gotta change your form out, bro. I think that's what really we need to do. Is just like tweak the form a little bit.
so
Was
with
it other
that,
hand?
like my shoulder, my shoulder started hurting again. And I stopped working out again. So going back to therapy, he was like, "Oh, let's see what was going on," and it was like my body just compensated in other ways. The things that he helped me with, like they got better, but my body found another thing to like make the same issue. So last session went really well because we dove deep to do like a lot of uncoveries, and like basically a lot of it's coming from my neck, which in terms like he had me do a few things for neck movement and like, super restricted, and it all stems back to like the accident. I still get the headaches on a daily basis and everything, and we were able to kind of tie all that in from like, oh, all this restriction, this pressure that I get in my neck, the jaw pain that I get, all comes from like this neck. So he gave me exercises to improve my neck, and he did a bunch of like there just side note, anytime he gives me something, like I immediately improve. Like by the end of the session, I got like he does like fail pass, like in terms of mobility for certain joints. With my neck, he did a bunch of stuff, still couldn't get it. It improved a little bit, but couldn't get it like better. So I was like, okay, this is like a big sticky spot. So I've been working on that, which has helped my headaches and helped a lot of things like that. My shoulder feels a little bit better, but it's still not at that point where it's like good. So for me, that made me very hopeful. It's like, oh, this is kind of like the root of a lot of the issues that stem from the headache, from the accident that causes the headache, that causes this jaw pain I have often, that causes my shoulder pain. Like all of this is coming from here. Awesome. That feels very hopeful. So, what I've noticed is like when I have that pain and discomfort, like I go down to do push-ups and my shoulders just feel like they're grinding. They're just as I'm doing the push-ups, or if I try to do pull-ups, my arms fall asleep. My hands, these 3 fingers, just go numb. So like all of that stuff becomes a big obstacle for me to like find a drive to work out, because like trying to be stupid and just fight through it.
Yeah, you're gonna hurt yourself more.
So
Yeah.
exactly. So but again, I'm hopeful now. My dad just, so Dominicans, by the way, if a Dominican old person calls you like, oh, you're strong, that's the Dominican way of calling you fat. So my dad today just saw me. He said, wow, Rances, tú estás fuerte, which is strong. So I was like, oh shit. So that kind of lit a fire behind me. My dad
Is that
called
why
me
you guys
strong.
did spring? Is that why you guys did spring the past 2 weeks?
No, I do that in spring because of allergies. You know how bad my allergies get. So as soon as spring is coming up, I get into spring, and I'm able to not have any real symptoms when I'm doing spring. But no, like now I'm gonna start. I was like, after my dad said that, my brain just started going. I'm like, all right, I'm getting up tomorrow at 4. I'm gonna go running. So I guess a little shame for me too.
See? Shame goes a long way. I think if you're a Latin kid, shame goes a long way.
It does. Did he make you do the nerve glide drill?
This one,
Yeah.
he gave me that before we found the neck thing. The week before,
Okay.
he gave me that. And like that was one of the things that kind of pushed towards the neck, because me doing that exercise, my whole hand would go numb. And he was like, all right, let's see, like by the end of the 2 weeks it should be better. And I was like, no, bro, like my whole hand goes completely numb. Like I can't finish the set.
When you do the nerve glide,
Mm-hmm.
when you get back here. Yeah, because
No,
he
when I
gave it to me too.
just putting it in the position with the
Uh,
as soon as I go in, my hand starts going numb. So I told him, gave him that feedback. He was like, okay, like let's explore this more. Let's see what's going on, and started working on my neck, and that's when it highlighted things. Yeah,
that's interesting.
Great.
Well, so what happens when you
Yeah.
when you leave the training life
Yeah, I've
and go
always been
into
curious
corporate
about that
life?
with you guys, where it's like, how do you, especially now that you're both in the thick of it in a whole new career path, how you fit that in?
That's been fucking hard, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
probably like
that's
the
what I tell a
hardest
lot of the
thing that
kids
I
at the
struggle
gym.
with.
No, it's like you
Uh,
just gotta show up, man. I'm like, I don't know how else to say it. It just you show up, and if you can walk in here and just sit on your ass and not do anything, I think it's hard because you're just surrounded by people working. So it's just like you either you work or like I don't. Half the battle
that's
is showing up.
that's the other thing. The other thing is creating the environment that forces you to be that way.
Yeah.
Cause I thought about it and I was like, I looked at all these gyms and I was like, well, what do I want to do? How do I want to get back in shape? And I was like, if I join a group of triathlon athletes, like I'm just gonna be demoralized. Because a lot of it is based like on your own will to do that. And I still don't have it yet. So I was like, all right, I gotta join something that can like motivate me to get me
Yeah.
into the habit, just to get back into it. And then like you go to LA Fitness and there's just a bunch of fucking kids and like weird guys who do weird exercises, and I'm just like, what the? I was
Yeah.
like, am I in an Instagram reel like right now, just watching
You are.
stupid people do shit?
You are.
And I was like, I
That
can't
is
work out
exactly
with
where
these
you
people.
are.
I was like, I can't work out with these people, man. Like this
Yeah.
is ridiculous. So then that's when I was like, yo, the environment matters. Like wherever it is, it's got to motivate you. Um, and that's why like I joined the gym because when I visited Lifetime, like everybody there is an athlete. Like all you see are athletes because they have so many fucking classes to be able like CrossFit, running, kettlebell, like whatever you like everything Rances that we thought of when we were trying to make like Vita Project, like we're gonna have every single thing that can meditation class, anything that you can think of, they have it. All right. And to me, it's like, yo, these people fucking work out, man. Like, I mean, there's some weirdos there too,
There's weirdos
but
everywhere.
not as many as like LA Fitness
Yeah.
or like Planet Fitness is like retarded.
That word's offensive,
Retro
Moses.
fitness
So
feels.
like,
What happened?
so that word's offensive. I would appreciate it if you use a different word.
They're mentally. What's the word now? The official terminology.
Neurodivergent.
Uh, no, it's not neurodivergent. I forgot what it's called. Uh,
You're a Rances.
no, but anyways, like, like freaking retro fitness feels like you're working inside of McDonald's or something like that. This is I just like these gyms, like, they're crazy.
Yeah.
So I think that's very important. Is like who you're surrounding yourself with. Like when I was in my best shape, I was hanging around, you guys and Amon. So like you gotta like you're in a pond with those type of fish.
You're
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 forced to
gonna you're
work.
gonna try to
Yeah,
be like
you're
them.
you're
Yeah,
forced to work. You're like, "Don't be a bitch, don't be a bitch, don't be a
don't be a bitch.
bitch."
Yeah,
Work.
exactly.
Nobody
And
else is
then
complaining.
if you hang out with a bunch of like overweight people that like to eat shit, like,
Yeah.
that's what you're gonna become too. Yeah.
for me, for me, it's kind of different. Like I don't have a the transition to the career. I still don't hold it accountable that's the reason. I still feel like it's more so the accident because that's when like my dive started.
Yeah.
And because I've always been like myself, like even when we would work out, I always had my own private workouts that I would do. Like I always had this like personal thing. Um, and that's the part where internally, like by myself, I've been struggling to get that space for myself. And I think of it often, and also on side note, I talked about the physical therapy I've been going. I've also been going to cognitive therapy, and there's certain things that I've uncovered there where, like, they do help me do like these meditations and these cognitive things where first thing make me go through is like this meditation concept, and they have these sensors on my fingers. What's interesting about it is that, like, my hands are always cold, right? And my hands are always cold. But they told me that that's a sign of anxiety. So one of the things that these sensors sense is like the temperature of your hand, because they're kind of measuring anxiety. And as you do the meditation, you go into this more relaxed state, your hands heat up, they warm up, which is super interesting. And then I'm like, shit, my hands are always cold. What the fuck does that mean about me? Like, where's my mental state? Like, at all times, you know? So I feel that a lot of like my obstacles have been internal, not because of the career change or anything, but like internal things that have come up over the last year for me that, you know, I'm starting to get a grasp on how to handle and overcome.
Yeah, yeah. I think that sounds about right, especially with the headaches and not knowing the shoulder injuries and stuff like that. I could definitely see how that really impedes on on getting
Mhm.
shit done.
Yeah, and like to that point is like so we talked about sleep. It didn't matter if I didn't get any sleep, I still wake up at 4 a.m. and do my workout.
Yeah.
Then after this, I was like, all right, I got to reprioritize. Like, sleep means that I don't have as bad of a headache, and sleep also means that cognitively I'm more clear. So I have to prioritize sleep over like this. So then I started making the choice of like, no, this is the choice that I have to do, is to get more sleep, you know? So if I need to not do the workouts, like, because I have to prioritize sleep. So things like that, like, entire shifted my dynamic entirely.
Oh. The older we get, the more important sleep is. So, kids, get your rest. I don't know how else to say it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Get your rest and try to get a workout in, unless you're broken like this guy over here. Well, hey, this guy over here. Um, yeah, and punch people too. I'm tired of it. Guys, hit people. Learn what it's like to get hit in the face. I think if more people knew what it was like to get punched in the face, people would act differently. Guys, this has been another episode of Mindset U. Jason Moreno here with Rances and Mo. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on YouTube, Spotify, YouTube Music, and Apple
Nice.
Podcasts. Also, don't forget to go to VidaProject.com for any of your questions regarding VidaProject and where to get these helpful resources. Um, that's another episode of Mindset U. Thank you, guys.